Yo, what's going on YouTube? I'm Nick, back again with another dungeon commentary as a Fury Warrior point of view. Today's dungeon, we have a 21 lower Karazhan, so let's get into it. Our group comp for this is very non-meta. We are running a Shadow Priest, a Fury Warrior, a Havoc DH, a Vengeance DH, and a Resto Shaman. So I'm choosing Haste off the rip here. So we're going to skip this Fallen Spirit. You can hug the wall and just wait for the patrol, but we just decided to invis pot just to make it a bit more, you know, brainless. Just keep it smooth. So first, we're going to be pulling the double pack to the left because it has a Sussy Boy in it, which gives us an extra stack. And it's these mobs are very easy, so they give us a lot of free easy percent. I'm gonna pop my gavel. Popping all our cooldowns. I'm just gonna make light work of these guys. Whirlwinding away. Put that down. I got Boon of the Divine Command on this one, which is the best AoE proc you can get from your gavel. So that's really nice to see. So we're keeping our gavel proc rolling into the next pack. Another Infiltrator. Getting stuns on the Philanthropists. Stopping those coin showers. Because they hurt if they hit you. So we decide to pull down this Infiltrator with us because the Infiltrators don't really do that much. And I still got we've got cooldowns coming back up, so we want to be attacking stuff as soon as possible. Mobs hit the tank a little bit, but they're nothing too crazy. They're pretty calm. This week's boss is the pots and pans boss, as I like to call it, with the soup sprays. So we're doing a double pull here. Doing another stack of the buff. Going to the first boss with 4 stacks. Low Karazhan is not a favorite for a lot of people, but I'm actually not minding it more now that it's been nerfed a lot. It's pretty calm. Once you kill the first boss, which I find is like the most troublesome, the rest of the bosses are pretty straightforward. Moroes is very stressful for the healers, but other than that, you just pull in each guy one by one, nuke him down, you know, without hitting the boss too hard. And then once they're all down, you just nuke the boss. Coming down the stairs here. Lots of RP in this one. Gotta wait a nice full 40 seconds still before the key even starts. So this fight, there's like a, I don't remember what instrument it is, but there's one that follows you, and that is the one you want to kill first. Because if it hits you, it will hurt. You want to get kicks on the soup sprays every now and then, but you also want to let some soup sprays go through so you can clear the fire. Just do a 10 seconds of RP. Blizzard, can we get this cut out? Ah, yes. Bablet. That is the one. The brush. Luminor, you also want to kick the heat wave. If any ticks of that go off, it is not looking good. You also want to avoid the broom here going through any of the fire puddles because it'll speed it up. And it'll run faster at the focused target. There's a leftovers cast on the, what is it, the Cauldron? Mrs. Cauldrons? Which you only need to really kick that if you're in melee range. Otherwise, if nobody's in it, it's not really a big deal. We also decided to save Lust for Coggleston, because we tried this key on a 22 before, And we sent Lust off the start, but we were just getting overwhelmed by the tools, the little forks that came out in the second phase. So I'm trying to clear some fire. Getting the fire cleared. See, one tick of the heat wave went out and it did a lot of HP. 30% to everyone. It's pretty rough. So I was killing Luminor. Getting the odd kick on Mrs. Cauldron. Got our gavel rolling. Clearing more fire. Keep the ground nice and clean. Go. We got the third boss of the first phase to kill. So now we're just rotating kicks and clearing the fire on the ground, so we have a nice clean open arena for the final phase. I decided to sit on my cooldowns here, but I probably should have just sent them anyways. But I wanted to hold them for the final boss, just so then we would have had, because we're gonna lust. That kick. When those super rays go out, they hit pretty hard as well on that initial hit. Lust, popping all like cooldowns, cleaving down the forks. So the forks, if they fly out and spin on somebody, probably gonna die. That Dent Armor puts a big debuff on the tank. Just got nerfed the other day actually. It was like a 50% damage taken debuff, and now it's down to a 25%. The forks also charge at somebody and put a bleed dot on them, which, yeah, it's pretty scary. Darkness down. Trying to finish off some of those forks. You want to stay on top of the forks. You don't want to let too many forks be up. But as you can see, making light work of the boss. And he's down. So now we're just going to run here. We're going to go let ourselves die. Because this trash is not ideal for our group comp. We're going to come back. And we're going to head down to the left. So we've got 9 minutes on Lust. So now we're just going to go and fill out a bunch of trash. And just get ready for having lusted another boss. Which I think we decide to use it on Moroes. So we're going to wait here. Get a nice feast going. Have a little snack. Don't mind my bags. They are nice and full of a bunch of gear that I'll probably never use, but I feel like I'll need it at some point. Can't wait for the new expansion just so I can vendor it all. Okay. So the way we decide to play this is we like pull a bit of the trash back just so we can clear some space up top without having the risk of pulling extra stuff. All these Phantom Guests. They don't really do that much. You can really pull pretty decently sized on these mobs here. Getting lots of damage in. I have a feeling that these guests don't have armor or something like that, because every time I pulled those mobs, I used to do so much damage to them. Problem with doing this strat where you die and then come back through this way is that you skip playing Zul'Gamox, which gives you a free 3 stacks of the buff, the seasonal affix. But there is a lot of infiltrators in this dungeon to begin with, so you can get a lot of stacks pretty easily. Just playing this nice and safe. These arcane wardens are pretty dangerous. They put out a circle on you, but if you drop them on lords, it does damage. But if you also drop them on your friends, it'll also do damage to them, and it does quite a bit of damage. So shadow rejukes. You want to stop on this. The Oath of Fealty as well on the retainers is like a mind control effect. Which I think we found out that you can tremor totem it. Played in this corner, and I think we pulled an infiltrator from above. Yeah, somehow we aggroed the infiltrator from above, which we were kind of scared. We thought that it was gonna like pull a bunch of trash, but it ended up just snapping down to us. Which potential tech? Maybe? Needs more testing. Popping more cooldowns. Yeah, there's lots of big trash packs to play in this dungeon, which makes it really fun. Fealty kick. Oh, we just missed it. I don't think anybody had a kick up for it. That's fine, I was only on a Shadow Priest. Rip that guy. Just gonna finish off this retainer and attendant. Clearing out this room. Looking back on it, we probably could have cleared this room out in fewer pools and just gone a little bigger. That is one of the beauties of recording these videos. So now we're gonna go clear out the Moroes trash.
Hasn't been himself for quite some time. Perhaps the feast will come to his
All those guests just getting absolutely mowed down. Like, there's just so many of them, and they don't do anything. Swapping onto the Warden. Dodging the frontals as usual. So now if your group doesn't have much CC for Moroes, you can actually like pick up your traps and then just run Moroes out the door and then just wait for him to reset and he'll spawn another 2 traps. So you can have 4 traps just to make sure you've got everything locked down. So I think there's still one more patrolling mob that we want to kill here as well. skeletal waiter that's heading in. It's a bit spicy with our group comp not having a D enrage. Off. So now we head off because we still have like 3 minutes on our lust timer, and we want to use lust on Moroes. So we're just gonna go pull another pack of trash. Oh, we only have a minute left on lust timer. Which, I mean, honestly, we probably could have just played Moroes, and then because we're not going to lust off the rip, I don't think. For some reason I couldn't jump over that ledge. I got short legs, I guess. So we're running back. These ads, some of them are very, very annoying to deal with. As you can see here, pretty sure we reset the boss so we can get extra traps. Probably don't need them, and especially like we probably didn't need to go kill that extra pack straight away for lust timing if we're going to reset, because this just takes a bit of time for him to respawn as well. So I got my trap. We're making sure everyone's got their files that can get files, because being able to remove the bleed dot on this fight is very important. Okay, so we're going to start with Lord Crispin, which does a massive ground frontal, which will one-shot you if you get hit by it. So we accidentally had one of them come loose, which you do not want, because when they're next to each other, they get like 100% more damage and like a HP multiplier, which makes them really blast you. So we definitely could have played this boss with without going to clear that pack for trash for the lust timing. But it's fine, it's better to play the boss safer than sorry. So we're going to re-CC the same ones we had. You want to wait till everyone's doing them at the same time as well, because it has a 1 minute duration on the trap. So you don't want to like throw yours and then wait 10 seconds and someone else throws theirs.
I'll drag you out by your scruff.
You run it back. Is that frontal will breaker? So really trying to not put any damage on Moroes yet until we've killed all these guys. This mob here is very toxic against melee with this Iron Whirlwind. Really not sure how you're supposed to play this guy. Can't stop the whirlwinds. You can only really like hit him for a little bit during the mid bit of downtime. It's like just trying to scratch him off the edge. ticks going out. Causing quite a bit of grief. So this mob here is a bit annoying to get down. Because you need to kick it as it comes down. It's a caster mob. And also it's a little bit tough for our DH to break them out of the traps as well, because you can't really throw glaives to get them out, because it'll just like chain and break the other ones out. That's why DK is really nice on this fight, because you can just grip them out one by one. We got the final one to go. Now we're gonna lust. Just absolutely blow them all up. Trying to get kicks as many as possible. We're really trying to use all our personal survivability that we can. Potions, Kyrian files to clear off the stack of the dot. Kind of want to hold that as long as you can. I even used Ignore Pain in this run a couple times, which honestly just does nothing. Our healer is dry on mana right now. But let the system, I believe. My stack just dropped off, then it came back. It's fine because I've got my cooldown again, my defensive and rage regen. So I can help out with the healing on myself. Boom. Moroes down. So now we go play attunement, which is a pretty... I actually quite like this fight and this room. Get an auto hammer thrown down. And we're like, why'd you throw that down? There's a repair guy in this room over here. So we just wait for our healer to get mana back. After being absolutely tapped from that last fight. 18k HPS. Yeah, pretty good. So I get Boon at the end. Frontal damage proc, POV. So these mobs here, we're just pointing them at the wall. So they charge into the wall because they will probably one-shot you if you get charged over. You want to kick the trampling storms on those mobs. We accidentally get the other mobs pulled into us. That's fine. Just play it as well as we can. We end up dying here, yeah. So that firebrand like does a lot of damage. So we just run back. My little wheelchair legs. If there's nothing to charge, it's a slow time for warriors. Coming down, jump back down. Well, we managed to kill the pack anyways. Not a full wipe, which is always nice. The room there, I feel like you kind of got to commit to pulling the full thing. Otherwise, it just like you get those accidental chains. So the stable hand does like a heal cast. We get a lot of overlap kicks in here because we weren't running a auto marker for our group. So we'd be like, I'm gonna kick this charger, and then we'd both kick the same one. Go.
For many years, our countless hunts provided game for the Master's team.
I feel like we could definitely play these charges probably 4 at a time if we had auto marker, just to coordinate kicks better. Just do some manual marking. Finish those mobs off. You love to see that, all our kicks on a perfectly synced kick timings. Excellent. Frontal damage again on my boon. So nice when you actually get the AoE procs on Gavel, rather than just the dot ones when you do an AoE. Gavel is good, but it's also a bit of a lottery. So I've seen a couple of Warriors have been going double Japhis for just the more consistency, more consistent strength you get. All these pulls are good for Warrior, being like 5 mobs, perfect for our target cap. Okay, how we got Midnight. Attunement. So this is like a multi-phase boss fight. So we've got to kill Midnight till it's around like 50%, and then he'll jump off, and then we fight Attunement. And then Attunement is going to do like a frontal mortal strike, which you do not want to get hit by as a DPS, while Midnight's still going to be charging around the room, doing a bit of a dash. And he's also going to do a shared suffering. So your tank can like solo the shared suffering if they have cooldowns and are prepared for it. But just out of safety, you also want to like split the amount of people you have in it, because the damage it does is reduced and split evenly among everyone. So we've got frontal mortal strike going out. So we've got a shared suffering coming out. So we're all just stacking in this one, popping a defensive, just to help out the tank. This is our first like above 20 lower Karazhan we've done, so we're just playing it nice and safe. Like our tank could probably solo soak them, the cooldown, but it's just safer play like this. Dodging these horses in this intermission phase. Big scary time. Just about to dismount again. Dodging the charge. It's another mortal strike. So we got a shared suffering coming back up. So everyone's getting ready to come in and share it. Pop the rally for that one. So we're just alternating defensives just to make sure we'd all survive. Send out Gavel again. Just about to dismount. Our Lust is back up. Send the Lust. And I'm pretty sure it's once this boss gets to... It's either 50% or 10%, he doesn't hop back up on his horse anymore. So you really want to push that that damage in the little window you've got. Shared Suffering coming back up. We've got a link for this one. Perfect. So Midnight is now enraged, and he is punching very hard. The Stomp is also very tough, but you can max range it as a ranged player, which helps out the healer a lot. Just noticed that my Celius had dropped off, so I need to refresh that. So now we're heading up to the final boss, which is Maiden. And we still need 25% trash. So we're waddling back up. The Karazhan music is very nice. Getting ready for another spicy pool. And a bunch of fun. Quite a few kicks to get on these mobs here. Get them all done. Smoralizing Shout. Just get a kick on that. Finishing off this pack. It's just the kicks on the valets, which is just that demoralizing shout, and that's pretty much all there is on this pack here. So these mobs have been nerfed so many times already. They're pretty good now. There's just a lot of them that you got to get through. take this infiltrator with us. Might as well. We've got our dot boon, which is not very good for AoE. And Maiden of Virtue is like, it's not a very tough fight anymore. Like, I remember doing this key like on day 1 of the season on a 15, and like we were barely meeting the damage checks for breaking the shields. Whereas now the shield's been nerfed like 2 or 3 times, and like in low keys you can just kind of just like lost this boss off the rip and just kind of win. I think we're just gonna get the last couple, there's a couple infiltrators in this room next to us, which you can like pull without pulling anything else. So we've got them coming in. They are going to fill out our percent perfectly. The double frontal. Throw my cooldowns there because you don't really need cooldowns at the start of this fight. You just want to play it, popping like 45-second, 1-minute cooldowns. Maybe if you've got something to be like reduce their cooldowns. So there's a kick on this fight, the Holy Shock, and then there's a Sacred Ground, which you want to run hard out against the wall. The Sacred Ground grows, and you're going to need to go run into that for the Mass Repentance. Polish are coming in again, and a nice leg kick on it. So as a warrior, you don't have to worry about every second Mass Repentance, because you can just Berserker's Rage before the cast comes out, and it'll break you out. So yeah, I press it on 1, and I'm not trapped, which saves a lot of healing on the healer, because the dot that you have to go pick up actually hurts quite a bit. So like, look, we literally broke that shield with so much damage still to go, or with the timer to go. Pretty sure you can reflect these holy bolts as well. Sacred Ground going out. Mass Repentance coming out. No Berserker's Rage for this one, so I gotta go take a tick of the dot. Damage pot for this one. Still have a good 2-3 seconds left on the damage window there. Jump by now. You also want to like move out of that Sacred Ground when you drop it quick, because you don't want to pick up a stack of that unnecessarily. Sacred Ground again. Don't really have anything to get out of there fast with, so just drop it out as far as I can get. Got Mass Repent coming out. Got my Berserker's Rage again. but I think because it was just like, it was like low enough, so it was like a weird delayed cast there. But still, lock it in. And there we go. A plus 21 lower Karazhan with a non-meta group. What a fun time. If you like that this playthrough, guys, please leave a like and comment. Also, subscribing really helps the channel a lot. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.